Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to another edition of Sports Talk with Rags here in Season 3, Episode 53. And today, here we are honored here to have a longtime friend of the families here, Gage. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Life is good. I'm blessed, happy.
Nice, nice. Let's see. I had CB on a couple weeks ago, and
Man,
he played for Mike and I. One fall season coach pitch, and good to have you on as you played here for us back rec days just a few years ago.
quite a long time ago, but
Right. But hey, let's talk about your baseball journey here and growing up there in the 757 and part of Nansen River High School baseball.
baseball has been in my life since as long as you remember. Since I was
Right.
a little kid, 4 or 5.
Mhm.
Growing up in the 7x7, baseball's a big thing. Sports in general, a lot of pro athletes come out, a lot of great collegiate athletes come out. It's been fun. I've learned a lot throughout the years growing up in 7x7. There's so many great training facilities, so many great coaches, so many great people to help you. I played for a lot of different teams growing up. And then obviously I went to Nansen River High School, played under the coaching staff of Mark Stufel and Tom Lau,
Yeah.
and a couple others here and there that were in there. But it's been great, growing up there. I've just learned so much. Played with great coaches, great teammates. Actually got to play with my brother growing up.
Yeah.
On different travel ball teams. Obviously in high school, he was my catcher, so we had a good little connection in our battery. But it's awesome place to grow up. I can't wait to end up coaching there one day, coaching the young kids, the youth, teach them stuff that I learned, and hopefully make an impact.
Yeah, and piggyback on when you and Reed were both Nansen River. What was it? 2016
Yes, sir.
that you guys helped Nansen River get a state title.
Yep, the first state championship in Suffolk Public Schools.
Oh, cool.
So I was a sophomore that year. Reed was a senior.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of when I transitioned into the pitcher only role. I got a few at bats here and there, but we had a stacked team. I think we had 11 seniors. 9 of them were committed to play college baseball. So the lineup was just stacked with older guys. I was obviously one of the younger guys. I think I was one of 2 sophomores that were on varsity at the time. I had a good year that year. I think the most humbling part of that year was we played at Hickory early in the year. It was my first varsity start. I think I gave up 11 runs. I gave up 2 home runs that still probably haven't landed yet. And that was a little wake up call to playing varsity baseball with the big boys. But it was so fun playing with Reed. We had a really good connection together. He knew what pitches I needed to throw. He's an absolute unit behind the plate. He just blocked everything up, could throw runners out. I have to say his hitting wasn't the best, and he probably agree on that. But he was an absolute unit behind the plate. It was a pleasure throwing to him. And it was really special being able to start that championship game that we won to win states with me on the mound, him behind the plate.
Oh, nice, nice. And then also there in high school, what was it? I know that you guys have off-season workouts there at high school, but what was it like there summer there with the showcase route?
So me and Reed both played Old Dominion hitters. I played for Ralphie Colon and Adam Wisniewski, who coached at ODU for a little while. I think he's somewhere else now with a pitching coach job. But yeah, I played for Old Dominion hitters for 4 years, I would say. I played up with the older boys sometimes, but it was fun playing out there, being able to practice at ODU, train out there, have the ODU coaches come out to our practices, just being around a whole bunch of just dudes, really, guys that were super invested into baseball. into our success, that tried to do everything they could to get us seen by college scouts and get us into the good tournaments, the perfect game tournaments, and all the showcases that helped us get seen. It was great playing with them. I guess played for a couple different teams here and there, and some different tournaments down in Georgia and all that. But yeah, it was great playing for Old Dominion hitters. I know that they're still kicking. They still got some teams going, and
Right. Yeah, and and before we go into college, I mean, there with Nansen River, and now with Ty Rivers, leading the program, and it just seems that with Coach Stufel, stepping down there from coaching there when Aiden graduated, but Ty taken over, and Ty was telling me that for the state quarterfinal game against First Colonial here a couple weeks ago, the place was packed. I mean, because
I was in Virginia for about 5 days, and I had to go to that game. So.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's just awesome to see how just baseball there at Nansen River just continues to be well supported here with Stufel stepping down and Ty taking over.
Yeah, it's crazy. Ty's the man. I actually just I sent him a text a couple minutes ago with some baseball data from my last bullpen. But
right.
Ty's been great. He's helped out there so much throughout the past couple of years. He's helped me a whole lot. That's who I've been training with in the off seasons, the winter and the summertime.
Okay.
While I've been in college. Ty's the man. He knows so much about the game. He cares so much about the game. He cares so much about development of these kids, and obviously still college kids. Like, we'll go in there and train. There's kids from ACC, SEC schools everywhere. Like, people know that Ty's the man. They know that he's gonna do well for you. No, I'm very happy for him, and as well as the Nansen River baseball team for making it as far as they did, especially in his first year. I know he's doing things right over there. He'll work those boys for sure. He's gonna work them, because I know he worked me well when we would train, and I know he's doing the right thing. And obviously, it's hard going into that coaching role following Stufel and Lau for all the success that they had. But I know that Stufel's still around coaching softball, and Lau's living the dream out in the Tennessee mountains. He actually came to one of my games this year, so that was great to be able to see him, despite not throwing, but obviously always catching up with him was a pleasure.
Right. Yeah. And I was telling Ty, I said, hey, I said, just keep telling your team, you'll be there at the end. And, they got the 6th seed there when regionals started, but, just going through the tournament there in regional at War Memorial, and then winning a regional title. So then they had a state quarterfinal home game. I mean, just definitely just a great way to just stay the course through the regular season and see the reward there in the postseason.
Absolutely, and that game was electric. There was hundreds of people there. I had to park all the way on like the other side of the campus, other side of the school, and walk over. I mean, it was. They also had softball playing at the same time, and but it was nice. There was kids that graduated before me that I knew, like watching like 7th, 8th, 9th grade, like getting into high school baseball. That they showed up, some of them with their wives and kids, and there was a good amount of people from the state championship team there, so it was nice being able to see them. I haven't seen a bunch of those guys in a few years, just everybody working, and obviously I've been away playing baseball, but great. And then softball did well too, and then it was cool because all the fans from the softball game came over and watched the remaining part of the baseball game, so it was packed. It was electric for sure.
Yeah, and for any listener that's out there, I mean, both baseball and softball, 7 innings, but it never fails where softball does, 98% of the time finishes
it's great.
Before
they run some games for sure. They can run through a game.
And all right, so then after high school, then talk about having that urge to play at the next level, and talk about your career there at the collegiate level.
Yeah, so I knew that I've always wanted to play baseball, and I've always wanted to pursue and chase it as long as I can. I've known that since I was a little kid, and it really hit me when I was in high school that this is like what I love, and that's when my work ethic started to show up, and I started doing extra to be the best I can. I had committed 10th grade to Virginia Tech. I was committed for a little over a year, and then they had got new coaching staff came in. The head coach that actually coached Brandon Lau at Maryland.
Yeah.
Job at Virginia Tech now, and they're doing great things there. But after that, I ended up getting like my commitment taken away. I decommitted, and then I went to Longwood University for my freshman and sophomore year. My freshman year, I think I started in 4 or 5 games. I started in 4 games, and then my 5th start, I was thrown against Norfolk State at home, and I tore my UCL. So was out for the rest of the season, had to get surgery, Tommy John surgery. So I rehabbed over the summer at home. Into the fall, I was rehabbing at school, just trying to get back healthy. And then once the spring season started of the 2020 year, I had 2 starts. One of them against my first start was against NC State, which was pretty cool for my first outing back after having surgery. First time seeing like live hitters was NC State, and it was okay. I think if I threw against him nowadays, it'd probably go a little bit better. And then I had a second start that was pretty brutal. I don't even want to go back and look at what the stat line was for that year. I'm sure my ERA was probably about a 90 for that year. But so that was my last start, and then obviously COVID hit. 2020 spring season, canceled it. So it was a blessing in a sense because I had my red shirt for my freshman year, and then I had the COVID year back because we didn't get to play the full season. And I decided it was best that I entered into the transfer portal and found a new home. It was crazy. I hopped in the portal, and within the same day, I had 10 schools call me up, offer me the next day a whole bunch, and I was just getting offers left and right, asked to come on visits here and there. Obviously, it was hard because of COVID with the lockdown and whatnot. I did a campus visit on Zoom or on FaceTime. The coach walked around with his phone in his hand on FaceTime and campus of a school. But I was training out at War Memorial with Hank Morgan and those guys, Trey, and some other high school and pro guys, college guys that were home during the lockdown. And then that summer, I was headed down to Chipola for a visit. And on my way back up, I stopped at Georgia Gwinnett, where I'm currently at.
Okay.
And, I went on campus, took a tour for about an hour, and I called up Sheets, our coach, the next day, and was like, "Yeah, this is where I'm going. I'm ready to commit, ready to be here in the fall. That's where I want to be."
Oh, nice. So, Chipola, the first school that you were talking about, that's down in Florida, right?
So I drove. I drove down, stayed in Atlanta, and then I drove the rest of the way to I think it's maybe Marietta, Florida, something down there. It was quite a ways away. I threw in front of the coach. It went well. I just wasn't very pleased with just where it was, and I think that I was looking for something a little different than what they had going down there. And that's not any bit of a knock to their program. They're top 10 JUCO program in the country every year. But I knew right when I stepped foot on the campus of GGC, I was like, it's definitely going to be my new home.
Yes. And so, I mean, with the pandemic, being a student athlete, how has your time been at Gwinnett?
It's been great. My first year back after COVID, the 2021 season, we were just loaded with dudes and a lot of guys with an extra year of eligibility. It was a great year for us. Obviously, we ended up winning the national championship that year, which was the first in program history at GGC. It was just very special to be a part of that team. The coaching staff there is great. They really care. They're big into our development. They're big into just making us better people. on and off the field, and just growing us into the men that we are. So that was the first year. So we obviously had a lot of great success. And going into the 2022 season, which was my second year there, we had some ups and downs that year. Issues here and there with some bonding, like team chemistry stuff. We were just trying to figure it out. It's hard to come off a national championship year and obviously run it back and do it again. It's the hardest thing in sports is just double up back-to-back championships. And we had our ups and downs. We learned a lot. Our coaches learned a lot about, like what guys to recruit, how to get the best guys into the room that are just good people on and off the field, that are good teammates to be around, that just like to limit drama. That's our big thing, is like we just don't like to have a lot of drama in our program. It was a great year again. I threw a lot. I had a couple starts. I want to say I had 3 starts. Threw a lot out of the bullpen, racked up close to 50 innings. Ended up going back to the World Series, won the first game, and then we lost back-to-back games, got knocked out. And then this year is probably my best year of college baseball for sure. I had 11 starts, 12 starts. I went 11-1. Racked up 82 innings, 82 innings, somewhere in there. Whole lot of strikeouts. It was a very good year for me and our pitching staff and our whole team in general. We broke a lot of records, offensively and defensively. I think we finished the year 50-8. We did go back to the World Series again. We unfortunately lost the first and second game out there, so we got sent home early. But it was a great year up until that point, and it was so great. Obviously going and playing in the national championship tournament was awesome. But great year with great dudes. Obviously great coaches. It's awesome being there. I do enjoy it.
Yes, and so with your red shirt, your the pandemic. So what's going to be come this fall for you?
Well, I'm down here in Florida training. I'm at Cressy Sports Performance Training with the best of the best. Just trying to develop myself more. I've never really done this kind of training at this intensity, this level, with these people that are just so consumed with so much knowledge and that just want to share it. And obviously I threw a lot this year, so they're building my strength back up. I've been hitting. We work out every day there. I've thrown every day there. I just threw my first bullpen yesterday.
Okay.
Obviously, coming with my age and the seasons that I've had the past 3 years at GGC, I'm looking hopefully sign this year to a professional baseball team, like a MLB affiliated team. Hopefully, I just keep throwing well down here, keep training, keep developing, and if that doesn't work out, then I'll be ready for round 4 at old GGC. See if we can win another one, because I have 1 more year of eligibility. So
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, even though you stopped by there on your way back from Florida, I mean, did you know anybody at Gwinnett, or how did?
Yeah, I knew my boy Hunter Peck.
Yeah.
He played there for, I believe, 3 years. The COVID year, he was absolutely lights out. Had maybe 6 starts or something, 0 ERA, just absolutely video game numbers. And he was putting me on. I actually was throwing bullpens at War Memorial during lockdown and stuff. And I was posting videos on Facebook. It was a mix of getting myself out there, getting seen by some coaches. I was posting on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that. But also just it was a part of my recovery from Tommy John. I was still rehabbing, getting back into it. So I was just showing off what I've been doing, lockdown. So I just had to show everybody I was doing well. I was outside, still playing ball, living it up the most that I could. And Hunter Peck, friends on Facebook and obviously in real life too, but he sent Sheets my videos that I was posting, and Sheets Facebook messaged me, me and my mom, and was like, "Hey, we need to hop on a call." Just send this long list about the program, a little video, like a kind of a little tour video of the facilities, the field, what the program has done in the past years. So I ended up committing. I was planning on living with Hunter Peck, and then the draft came. the year of the COVID draft, and he ended up signing with the Astros. So obviously he left, and I was still going to GGC. So I got connected with some guys there. I found some roommates, and that's all I've known. I had never heard of GGC, and really had never heard of NAIA baseball until I started talking to them, and then I was still a little unsure of what was going down, but I knew that they were good. I knew that there was good coaches there. I talked to some guys, and they all seemed to love it there. So I figured I'd just take the shot. It felt like the right choice when I went down there on my visit and talking with the coaches. So I committed and just went in there with high hopes of what was yet to come. So.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is, Gage. I mean, with posting videos. I mean, I mean that's definitely. I've seen it. I've seen it more with football and basketball. There with Huddle, but I mean with technology these days, and especially with there in 2020 and. During the pandemic. I mean, definitely, taught, student athletes on how to get themselves recruited since, definitely there during the pandemic, nobody could play, or if you did play, nobody could go out and, have campus visits.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy how much that, social media has to play now with like recruiting and just, I mean, I see guys all the time posting, looking for pro ball opportunities. They're posting all their stats, and then they end up signing to professional baseball teams. Never would I have thought that that's how I would be recruited, because, I grew up, you go to showcases, the coaches are there, they see you, or word of mouth. But it's crazy now. Last 2 years, most of the guys we recruited have been from posting Twitter videos that they're looking to transfer, or they're leaving their junior college after 2 years and they're looking for a new home, and we're up on it, and we watch the videos, you shoot them a little DM, hop on some calls, and then next thing you know, they're transferring to a new school. So it's really crazy. It's awesome though how social media has become such a big thing, and the collegiate sports, and that's with all sports. It's crazy. It's a beautiful thing. It makes it very convenient, especially for. I mean, obviously, I'm from Virginia, and I go to school down in Georgia. The odds of them seeing me and in a game like live in person is very slim. So thankful for a Facebook video that I posted that I found my home. So.
Yeah, and Hunter. I mean, he started somewhere else, but I remember when he played Southampton All Stars there against up there at the Bronco Field against Garrett and other kids here at Western Branch back in the day.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how it all works full circle. I played with Hunter when we were younger against each other and stuff, and I always saw his Instagram videos and stuff that he was playing at the school down in Georgia. And I'm like, where is he playing? Like, they got sick jerseys. Like, it looks like he's having fun. They're winning baseball games. Looks like he's having a lot of success. Had no idea what GGC was, or NAI baseball in general. And then look at me now, doing what he was doing. So very, very blessed and thankful for him helping me get down there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I the only time that I ever heard of Gwinnett, Georgia, is with the Richmond Braves leaving Richmond and moving their AAA team there to Gwinnett. I mean, I hadn't heard of the college until I saw Hunter, go there, and then you go there here with being Southeastern Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had never been down there. The only time I ever really been to Georgia was playing in perfect game tournaments at Lake Point and East Cobb. It's crazy. Yeah, I had no idea that the school was down there. And granted, I think this was our 11th year as a school, like open as a school. So it's a very new school, very good program. So it was nice that I think this may have been our 12th year. The 10th year of having a baseball team or program, we ended up winning a national championship. And just seeing like the growth from the first coaching staff that was in there and the players that we call them OGs, original Grizzlies. That just, planted that foundation of this is GGC baseball. It's different here. It's a great atmosphere to play in. Great coaching staff, great facilities. Facilities are top line. It really is a great place, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah, and the thing is with being a pitcher, I mean, isn't it kind of different here? Depending on how many innings you pitch in your regular season, the summer is just basically training and not really going to a summer team with being a pitcher only, right?
Yeah. So my first year after we won the national championship, I played summer ball with Peninsula Pilots and CPO back home.
Right.
I think I had thrown close to 40 innings. I think I was at like 38 and a half innings that year. So my arm was still pretty fresh. I was feeling good after coming out of the national championship. I'd thrown twice out there. I was game ready. So I ended up coming back and playing for a few weeks during the summer. I threw a lot. Started having a little bit of like shoulder issues. Like I think I was just starting to get a little tired.
Yeah.
And then last year I threw more innings, and I decided I just wanted to train for the summer, work out, get a little bigger, a little stronger, put some weight on, just let my body recover. Because after the World Series last year, I think I had 22 appearances, 50 innings, so I was throwing quite a bit. I just needed to give my body a break. And then this year, throwing around 80 innings, I knew that summer ball at the start of the summer probably wasn't going to be an option. I had been talking with one of my teammates that I'm down here with about coming down here and training, just rehabbing my body, growing my body, just doing all these crazy workouts that I've never heard of or never done in my life, with the best of the best coaches, trainers. It's been nice down here. It's nice to take a little step away from the game, from actually playing and just focusing on my growth. I think that come towards the end of the summer, if I'm back home, that I'll probably try to get some live appearances, maybe during the playoffs for the Pilots, wherever I may end up. But just making sure that I'm ready and healthy when it comes fall and I'm back at school, if I do end up back at school.
Right. Yeah. Well, Gage, appreciate your time for coming on here, and any last minute encouragement here for the listeners out there that they're just starting their high school career, or the Nansen River ball players, because I know in past summers when you've been home, you've helped Ty with some camps and everything.
Yeah, he texted me a few days ago asking if I would be home at certain dates to help work some camps. So hopefully I can be back soon and give him a hand out there and teach those kids a little something that Ty may not know, or help Ty learn something new. And I know he's always teaching me new things, so it's nice to be able to share that relationship with him and just pick each other's brains, learn new things, just grow together. Just a little encouragement for all the high school kids, whoever's listening, just stay with it. It's like a roller coaster. Baseball it's a tough sport. It's very mental, obviously the physical aspect too. There's always going to be the ups and downs. I had some downs of having Tommy John surgery and ending my season. I've had the highs of winning a national championship, and I've had more lows of going out to the World Series and getting our butts kicked. So you just got to stay on course, stay focused, stay locked in, stay hungry. Everybody out there's a lot of people that want to play college baseball, a lot of people that want to play professional baseball. It all comes down to if you want to put in more work than other people, or if you just want to coast by. So just stay on track, stay focused, disciplined. Try to grow your body as much as you can. I just started learning how to put on some weight. So, it's hard. I was 6'4", 170 pounds going into my freshman year. I was a twit. I probably had to deal with some of the health issues that I had with my arm and whatnot, but I've been healthy, been blessed. Body's been good.
Yeah. Well, hey, Gage, certainly appreciate you coming on, and keep working hard and have a great summer.
I appreciate it, Rags. You have a great one.
All right, fans. So that was Gage Williams here from Gwinnett and Nansen River alum on this afternoon. So that's a wrap.